Hello, everybody. Happy June. Thanks for joining me today. I am still kind of shell-shocked that it's June. I feel like we were just celebrating New Year's Eve a few months ago, or New Year's Eve a few months ago, New Year's Eve like yesterday. So I don't know. The year's half over. It's crazy. I love June for several reasons. June is Gay Pride Month and Trans Pride Month, one of my favorite months. And I love to celebrate love. I love to celebrate my friends and family. And I love to celebrate people just being themselves and just loving who they want to love and living life the way they want to live it. So happy Pride Month. Also, June obviously is the kickoff to the summer. If you're in the Northeast, it's been a long winter, an incredibly long spring. It is so hot and humid here today, but it's overcast. Not really a beach day, but June kicks off summer, kicks off kids getting out of school. June is just absolutely one of my favorite months. So I do want to ask you, what have you been working on this week? What are you excited about? What are you working on for June? What is something that you've accomplished, something that you're hoping to accomplish in June? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you don't know who I am Julia Campbell. And I help nonprofits build their movements and engage their communities with social media and storytelling. And that's what we're going to talk about today. As always, post your questions in the comments and I will monitor them during the broadcast as best as I can. And if I can't monitor them during the broadcast, I will get to them during the replay. Something very important I wanted to say is today is Wear Orange Day. How could I forget? Where we are wearing orange to promote common sense gun laws in the United States. And I don't have a single piece of orange clothing. I was just realizing, even though I love Halloween, I don't have anything orange. I have this dress with some orange in it. Of course, I have my Moms Demand Action sticker. I have tons of Moms Demand Action stuff. So I was going to wear my husband's shirt, but it's long sleeve and it's too hot and I can't do it. So it's got to be good enough. But hashtag wear orange. That's today. If you want to check it out, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, check out hashtag wear orange and get more information on that campaign. So there's so much going on today. So last week, I talked about the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulations that went into effect in the EU. And it just got an incredible response. I got 1 million questions and comments on my blog, comments on the video and questions, and just a really wonderful participation. So if you joined me last week, thank you so much. It is still evolving. We are still trying to figure it all out, and we're just doing the best we can. But if you're interested in GDPR, make sure you check out last week's video. So today I am switching gears. I'm getting back to basics. Unfortunately, I'm at 2 p.m. today. I couldn't be on at noon because I had a client phone call that I couldn't change. But I hope that didn't deter some people from tuning in. And of course, you can always watch the replay at any time. So today, we're going to talk about 5 pretty simple but creative ways that you can delight and inspire your donors with video on a shoestring budget. So why are we talking about delighting and inspiring donors? Nonprofits focus on donor acquisition, getting new donors in the fold, increasing visibility, increasing exposure, raising awareness. Let's get new people on board. What about those people that have already basically paid their dues? They gave you a check. They paid money. They said, I am invested. They drew a line in the sand. They put a flag in the ground, whatever the saying is that you want to say. They told you, we're here. We want to do this. We believe in you. We opened up our wallet to believe in you. And then what happens? So some statistics on donor attrition that I got from the Fundraising Effectiveness Project, the AFP Fundraising Effectiveness Project, that are pretty horrifying. Some nonprofits are losing as many as 90% of their first-time donors on an annual basis. And the average isn't much better, with about 59% of annual givers dropping off the radar each year. So what happens is that organizations tend to end up on this hamster wheel and this treadmill where it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. And that's not helping anyone. That's not an effective use of our resources and our time. If you are a development and marketing manager this is a huge problem for you. And I've been there. I've been a development/marketing manager. So you have to wear all the hats. You have to get all the new people on board, and you have to cultivate and manage the people that have already been there, that have already given you their money. I think you need to be spending quite a lot of time managing the donors that you have. And that's what we're talking about today. So we have to evaluate our donor retention program for a second. Do you have a donor retention program? What happens when I make a donation to you? Do you just put me on an email list and then maybe email me 4 times a year and then maybe send me a letter, maybe an annual report if I'm lucky? What kind of gratitude campaigns are you running for your donors? Are you making me feel like I'm heard, I'm acknowledged, that my gift was meaningful, that it actually did something? Because too often I think donors end up falling into the pot. They are falling into the wayside and they don't feel special. They don't feel heard. They don't feel acknowledged. And then that just leads to more donor attrition, but also really leads to a bad view of the sector. It just leads to negative views of philanthropy, negative views of charitable giving in general. And that's not good for any of us. A rising tide lifts all ships. How do you thank people? That's what I want to talk about today. Take a minute to think about how you thank people. I can't even tell you how many times I tell people what I do for a living and they say, oh, I gave to such and such a charity and I never heard back. That happens to me constantly. Or they say, oh, it's so hard to choose what charity to give to because you never really know where the money's going. You never know if it's just going. No one says overhead if you're not in the nonprofit sector. No, like a regular person on the street is not going to use the word overhead. But they say you never know where the money's going. You never know what it's going to. You never know if it's reaching the people that you want to help, if it's reaching the animals, if it's reaching whatever it is that you want to, whatever solution it is you want to achieve. So you need to combat all this. This is our job. This is what we do. We combat negative perceptions. We address myths and misconceptions. We combat stereotypes. And we encourage people to get on board with what we're doing. You know my mantra. It's Seth Godin's mantra. People like us do things like this. This is what we do over here. We're over here doing this. And we think it's pretty awesome. And we'd love to invite you to be part of it. And if you want to be part of it, you are a person like us. So how do you keep people in the fold like that? Once they've said with their donation, they said, I want to be like that. People like us do things like this. I love it. My number one tip. And I'm going to put all this in a blog post for you so that you can easily read it and refer back to it. You can also refer back to the replay. I'm also going to add subtitles at the end in Facebook. They don't let you do it while you're streaming, but I will add them in at the end. Okay. Do a live streaming thankathon. Okay. There is absolutely no excuse to not be using live streaming. There's not a single excuse that you cannot live stream from your desk or from your house or from the kitchen or wherever it is at your organization. Get a group of people together, wear some fun costumes, throw some glitter, maybe pop some champagne or some non-alcoholic champagne, do a toast, read a list of names of recent people that have given to you. Okay. This is effective, especially if you're running a specific fundraising campaign that has a start and a finish. So if you're running something for Giving Tuesday, you're running a campaign where you want to raise $5,000 in the next week, call out the people that have donated and say their names. And this is just incredibly easy to do. It doesn't cost any money, especially if people are holding fundraisers for you. So if they're holding Facebook fundraisers, they're raising money for you, they're holding some kind of peer-to-peer campaign, send them a video that they can then send out to their friends and family. So you may not, especially if it's Facebook fundraiser, you may not have access to the data of all the donors. You have access to the name and the information of the person that's fundraising for you. But how cool would it be to get a video, a personalized video from the nonprofit, and be able to send it out to your friends and family who have contributed to your campaign, whether you're donating your birthday, you're donating your anniversary, whatever it is. Go live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google Hangout, Periscope, wherever you want to go live, wherever you are online, and do that frequently. And then you can get the file afterwards and embed it wherever you want. It's a native MP4 file. You can post it all over social media, post it wherever you want. So do a live streaming thankathon. Number 2, record a special video for brand new donors. Okay. This is a video for brand new donors that you are going to send to them in an email, because you're going to know they're a brand new donor, because you're going to either have a database that will tell you, you're going to segment your email list, you're going to figure out the technology, and you're going to send them the special video that says, thank you so much for your very first gift. We're so happy to have you on our team. This is what we're doing. Make them feel special. So the real key with thanking donors, especially in 2018, is that people are accustomed to personalized experiences. They love and they expect personalized experiences. If I go onto Amazon and Amazon doesn't know that I just recently been searching for whatever kind of shirts or whatever kind of stuff for my kids, I'd be really angry. I don't want to start from scratch every time I go on Amazon. I don't want to start from scratch every time I go on Netflix. So people expect personalized experiences and they just want them. So they love them, and no one does them. Not many nonprofits do the personalized experiences very well. So if you can create a personalized video that just says, thank you so much, calling out the person for being a brand new donor. You can also put this video on the thank you page after people donate, especially if you're running a campaign. You can say, thank you for giving to our Giving Tuesday campaign. Thank you for giving to our annual fund campaign. Thank you for giving to our holiday campaign, our Mother's Day campaign. Make it as personal and specific as you can. Then you can embed a screenshot in your thank you email. I mean, there's a million ways you can repurpose these thank you videos. You don't just have to put them on YouTube and then never see them again. Extra credit for this special video to new donors: upload your email list of new donors to Facebook and create a Facebook ad specifically targeting new donors. So how cool would that be if I saw a Facebook ad that says, hi, so excited that you donated to us. We're so happy to have you on our team, whatever the language is. I mean, we can work on the language, but calling them out on Facebook, it's letting them know that they're being seen. And the more you thank people, the more likely they are to give again. So you're not going to be inundating people with these thank yous, because there have to be a million touch points before anyone pays attention to anything, right? So create that Facebook ad, upload your email list of the new donors. It could be 10 people, it could be 20 people, and create a Facebook ad to go to them. And I guarantee you'll get some good feedback. Okay. Number 3, try to do a donor spotlight every week or every 2 weeks. You don't have to call it donor spotlight. Everybody calls it donor spotlight. Do a donor spotlight. If you have ever heard me speak or ever seen any of my Facebook Lives or even talked to me for 5 minutes, you know that I'm literally on a mission to erase ugly corporate logos from social media. If you have corporate sponsors for your event and you're posting thank you to Honda North with a logo on Facebook, no, absolutely do not do that. First of all, no one sees it. No one cares about it. No one likes it. No one comments on it. No one shares it. It's a lose-lose. Don't post corporate logos. Sure, you can post them on the t-shirt, in the program, on your website. That's fine. You don't need to get rid of corporate logos everywhere. You need to get rid of them on social media. It's not working. It doesn't work. Posting a corporate logo on your Instagram, no, don't do it. Rather, you could do a donor spotlight. Do a corporate sponsor spotlight. Take a small video with your phone, talk to the person, send them an interview with 2 or 3 questions, post those answers with a photo, and say, this is why the local business has supported us for all these years. We'd love to recognize them for 5 years of support of our gala. There's just a million ways that you can show your support and showcase the people that are supporting you without posting the ugly corporate logos, just because you have to. We all have that in our benefits of corporate sponsorship, right? If you sponsor the gala or you sponsor the race, you're going to get social media coverage. Great. But if the social media coverage doesn't reach anybody, then it's not good for anyone. And on the flip side of that, then next year, you can go to future corporate sponsors and say, hey, this local business, we did this video for him and we thanked him on Instagram and Facebook, and it reached about 10,000 people. I mean, we could do this for your business too. So that's a win-win for everybody else. Okay, so now we're on number 4. Create a very short impact video with 3 or 4 accomplishments. So this is, if you don't, this is just to change it up a little bit, right? And it's going to be using donor-centric language. This is just a bunch of little graphics that you then create and you put into an app like Animoto or Lumen 5, Lumen 5. And I will put the link in the comment section. And Animoto is Animoto. You can create little montages, little photo montages that look like a video with music, with graphics, with transitions, and you can just create text and write 3 to 4 accomplishments. This is what we accomplished over this past month, and send that out to your donors, post it all over social media. That's another really great way to use video. Okay, so we're at number 5. I would recommend, this is what I really would recommend that nonprofits do. Every Friday or every week, do a very short video, like a from the desk of video. What's going on this week at your nonprofit? So maybe you can't do it every week. I would recommend doing it every week, but maybe you can't do it every week, every other week. You want people to see your face as a development director or the marketing director. Or if the executive director wants to do it, that's fine. And you want them to get familiar with you and comfortable with you. Because especially if you're the marketing director, you are going to end up being one of the faces, if not the face of the organization. Also, I look to you for trusted information on a cause that I care about. This is a cause that I care about. I want to know what's going on with federal funding for this cause. What's going on with that local ordinance around this cause? What's going on with that protest I heard about? What's going on with, your new board member? What's going on with your new program? What's going on? Something is going on in your nonprofit every week or every other week. So do a really quick video, just updating people what's going on. You could have it be an exclusive video that you only send to donors, or you could have it be a video available to everybody, and get in the habit of being more transparent and more accessible. Because the more transparent and accessible you can be, and the more you can put a human face on your brand, the more likely people are going to trust you. And that is the way they give you money. We don't give money to people that we don't trust, right? I would hope that we don't. Okay. I would call it a weekly wrap up. This is what's coming up. This is what came across my desk. This is what I worked on. This is what I'm really excited about. This is what we struggled with this week. Just make it really real. And then you have a video that you can then embed on your blog, put in your email. The great thing about video content is it can be repurposed and shared and repackaged and retooled, across all sorts of different platforms. So what are some free and low-cost tools to create nonprofit videos? There are a million out there. I'm just going to highlight a few. I love using Instagram and Snapchat as video platforms. You do not have to have an account on Instagram. You do have to have an account, but you don't have to have a public-facing account for your nonprofit. You can start a private Instagram account, a private Snapchat account, and use those apps as video apps. You can edit, you can cut and paste, you can add stickers and add filters and add text overlay and do all sorts of cool things. You don't have to participate in those platforms as social media platforms. You can actually use them as standalone video editors, which I love and I totally recommend. You can also use tools, and I'll put these in the comments. One is called Flyer, Flyer. Another one is called After Effects. There are a million out there. The two that I listed before that I love, Animoto and Lumen 5. And if you use either of those, you are jumping up and down right now saying, oh my gosh, I love those. So play around with simple, quick, easy, low budget video, telling donors what you're doing with their money, increasing their trust, humanizing your brand, showing the behind the scenes, showing the human side of your organization. And this is what people are doing now. This is what organizations and brands are doing, and they're doing it really, really well. Okay, if you want to learn more about creating DIY donor thank you videos, make sure you go to my blog. I also am holding a webinar next week, a 90-minute webinar, all about creating donor thank you videos just with your smartphone. I'll also publish all of this as a blog post and put it in the comments so that you have all of these ideas. I hope that you took some notes. And if you have any questions, you can always email me, julia@jcsocialmarketing.com. Find me on Twitter, write it in the comments, do whatever you need to do to make sure that I see your question. Okay, we're at 20 minutes. I don't like to keep you much longer than 20 minutes. It is Friday, and it is June. I'm hoping that you're doing something really fun this weekend, that you're getting to rest and relax and recharge a little bit. So take care, and I will see you on my next Facebook Live broadcast. Cheers.